It's amazing, isn't it? It's theremin.
It is good. So,
Hello.
Hello. Welcome to the Mouth of Manliness.
Welcome.
I'm Nick Noyes. This is
Brad Action.
Action
Man.
So we've been away. We did our first live podcast, which was really interesting. That was one of the most exhausting days ever because it took like an hour and a half to get there. It took ages to set up.
It's fucking hard work.
I was stressed about like the BBC thing, and then we did the podcast. We did 2 podcasts that day, and they were both fucking quite emotional and intense. And then we had to pack up and go home, and it was just like the most full-on day, and like emotionally full-on as well, wasn't it? It was crazy.
Yeah, I learnt a lot that day.
Yeah, I did as well. I really did, especially from like my second cousin, who just was amazing.
She's incredible.
Yeah, she was incredible.
I think we should have her on maybe as like
invite her out over. Yeah, I'd like to do that.
Yeah,
I think she had a lot to say.
I just like she was really like concise and factual, informed.
Yeah, really articulate.
Really good, like listened really well.
Yeah, like really kind of had all those things that you think people should have. You know? Like,
yeah.
It was really impressive.
Yeah, it's inspiring, definitely.
So we've just done an hour with our friend Simon, which was like really fucking interesting, learning about bipolarity. And then so this one is a bit more of an easy going one for a change. We haven't had one when it's just been us for a little while.
No, it feels like ages.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
There's so many guests in that, and we've got loads of guests coming up.
There's loads going. Let's just take 30 seconds to recap on what's just happened. Starting from today, we're in the Echo. Today, tomorrow in the Echo. Today in the Gazette.
Yeah,
a live show.
Front page of the Gazette.
Front page, mate.
Like I've been in the local paper with bands loads of times. Never been on the front page.
No,
or read a half page.
I've been on page 3, obviously, but we don't talk about that. Yeah, and then obviously our live show on Saturday, and we've got loads of cool messages back through from that. And then we're on BBC TV, and then BBC Radio, and then BBC News.
And then Essex Radio.
Oh, I still need to release that. I will release that at some stage so people can hear that back.
So we've just been on fucking everything recently, and it's just all really, really kicks off.
And there's still more happening as well.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Since like the one with Eddie Temple Morris, like then we had the new stuff, and it's just all really gone bonkers. And then I found out yesterday from my friend Caroline Brooks, said that we were being listened to in California, and then it dawned on me that I got a message from someone, someone called Fatima, and she was telling us and saying like how much she liked the podcast, and then I realised she's a lecturer in San Francisco.
UCLA.
Yeah. And I didn't realise it was in San Francisco. And I messaged her today going, I realise who you are now. And I was just saying, thank you so much. And she's been like recommending us to loads of people. So a lot of people have been listening to us in San Francisco. So a big shout out to Caroline and to Fatima for like flying the flag for the Mouth of Manliness.
So mad really that cool. Like over that side of the world, people are listening to us right now. Mind. And like that's a place that I've always been fascinated with. And I'd love to go to California. It's something I was told a long time ago that by a words gone out of my head. Like a tarot card reader, I think, or someone along those sort of lines. That I would end up working in America, or my work would take me to America, and it'd be California. And I've had like a real feeling inside. I don't know why, but it feels so natural that I will end up living there. I'm drawn to it. That whenever it comes up on TV, it feels so normal that I will end up there for some reason. So
I'd love to go to California.
Maybe we'll have a studio over there once. I'll have one built in the house.
Yeah, and plus we're on TV in America, and we've got a lot of people viewing and listening to us in America. So it could well happen.
Yeah.
So I had some other shout-outs. We haven't done shout-outs for a while.
No, that's true.
Because we've been really busy.
Yes.
So I wanted to shout out to my man Eyal in America as well, because he's often said nice things to us, and often says nice things about artwork and that, and he's a really cool fella, so I wanted to give a shout-out to him.
Yeah.
Morgan Gleave did a really nice message to us the other day saying that we really help him. and he's got got serious conditions as well. And I always think of Morgan as our spirit animal.
Yeah,
so
yeah, 100%.
Another big shout out.
Yeah,
to Morgan
you don't
Green.
realise how much you help us, mate. To be honest.
Yeah, he does help us.
Really inspires me with loads.
He
of different
inspires
things.
me all the time.
Yeah, 100%.
So that's why I'm like, no, man, thank you to you.
Yeah.
And then I had a couple of people I used to work with who were like, well, I've not had a shout out. So to Gemma and Jane, a big shout out to you guys.
Was this off the back of, because we shouted out someone?
Tina, who I used to work with.
That's right, yeah.
And they're like, where's my shout out? But they were, they did it nicely. They were mucking around. But actually, they were really lovely to me when I worked with them. They always really looked after me. So big shout out to Gemma and Jane. And I wanted to shout out to Ellis, who did the stuff in the local news for us. And a big shout out to William at the Great Frog. We are hoping to do a podcast on the Great Frog in Hackney sometime. I'm hoping we might get there before the new year.
Oh, that's doable.
Like other weekends.
Yeah.
And he was well up for it, and he's been really lovely. So a big shout out to William.
Really exciting.
And then I had my last shout out that I wanted was to Johnny from Pet Needs. The band Pet Needs, they're really fucking good. They're kind of like, they're like punky, but they're a bit of a mix of stuff, and they're really, really energetic. Anyway, he and I think the bass player, he's the singer. He's an amazing frontman. He's going to come on the show. I booked him in for December.
Brilliant.
And I didn't even realise, but he's listened to nearly all of our episodes.
Wow.
So I was hoping like he'll hear this and he'll hear that we gave him a shout out and he'll like it.
That's cool.
Because he seems like a really cool guy.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Yeah, I like that. And I was like, it's great getting people on from bands anyway, because obviously we're both band boys.
Yeah,
really.
definitely. We have loads to talk about.
Yeah.
I just want to shout out to Dan Parker, who I worked with a really, really long time ago at the Savoy Hotel. And we clicked, like we had the same sort of sense of humour. I was there for quite a long time. I did all the cameras there. I met Stephen Fry. And I had a really lovely time there. It was mad. But yeah, we had the same sort of sense of humour. Him and my mate Gary and Jamie, and they just messaged me completely out of the blue the other day and said, "Oh, like I've been listening to all the podcasts." Like, man, that's crazy. So great, yeah, and it's a big chunk of time for us to take up in people's lives, and the fact that people are doing it is incredible. And I know I keep saying it, but like the messages that you guys are sending us, like it really is, like it switches our days up. Like it really makes us feel amazing. And
yeah, the one from Jeff Skelhorn we got recently, it was so lovely.
Yeah.
And it really does make your day. It makes it all worth it. And I just want to go, no, don't thank us.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. It's just,
we're just a pair of fucking pricks in
totally.
The room.
Yeah, but it's like those messages that keep us going. Like we got one on the way to doing the live show. Yeah. That's the most rock and roll I've felt for a really, really long time. To be going to do a live show and then someone messages us saying, I think it was like a review, wasn't it? I think.
Yeah. It was Carl. Carl is a guy I've met a few times, and he's like a sound engineer and like a studio engineer as well.
Oh wow, amazing!
Yeah, he's a talented writer and musician as well. Carl Newton, and he's a dude, and I've been in touch with him a little bit recently, and he gave us an amazing review. It was him.
Yeah,
and it just buoys you up, doesn't it?
It's like, so good.
Fucking, we're doing something, and
it's
kind
important. Of like our currency as well. So for like, if you've got time to write a message, that's amazing, and we love it. Also, if you're listening to the podcast now, if you scroll down to the bottom of the page, there's a place where you can write a little review.
Yeah.
And you can give us 5 stars if you feel obliged. Those reviews and those stars help the algorithms of iTunes put us in more places, put us in the charts and stuff like that, which helps us reach more people, which is really, really cool.
Yeah.
We do the podcast for free. And if that's the only thing you got to do to kind of keep us going, that really sort of helps us out.
Yeah, I mean, we do everything for free. Like, some people charge for video, we don't. Everything's free.
Yeah.
So, if you could give us a review, or if you can give us a subscribe.
Yeah.
I was thinking, like, if you want a shout out, if you give us a subscribe, that will guarantee you a shout out.
100%. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah. And I was thinking about maybe doing a competition and giving away some of the artwork for the flyers and that we've done.
Yeah, that is a good idea.
I don't know how we'll do it, but it might be quite a nice thing to do.
Yeah.
To give them all away because they're just sitting there gathering dust.
Yeah.
So massive thank you to everyone. Really,
huge.
It's all going really, really well. If anyone wants to sponsor us, feel free to get in touch.
We've been talking to people, haven't we?
Yeah,
we're in talks,
wanting to get some sponsorship, and the reason we want sponsorship is so that Brad can take a day off. Well, basically, really, all we really want is enough so Brad can take a day off of work once a month, so that he can keep on top of things and build the podcast a little bit.
Yeah, because I'm right
loads
behind
of things we want to do. We want to like make little music videos and things, but it's just no time.
Nah.
So that's why we want sponsorship, purely and simply to do that and to grow what we're doing and reach more people. Not really for us to have any fun with the money. Really,
it's achievable.
Really yeah, so I don't think we're being greedy. Yeah, I put a thing on today. I did a little video saying I really want Russell Brand on so bad.
Yeah.
And so if anyone knows Russell Brand or you're listening to this, tell him to come on our fucking show.
Yeah, there's a few people we can talk to. He's a busy boy, though, isn't he?
Yeah, mostly I just want to say thank you.
Have you seen the one with him and Wim Hof?
Yeah.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah. Wim Hof's a fucking dude. Anyway, yeah. I watched Wim Hof on Joe Rogan's one the other day.
I've not seen that.
Yeah, that was interesting. So what else has been going on? So you've been having therapy?
Yeah, so I had my third session today. Yesterday. Yesterday. And it's so good. Like, it's exactly what I'm after. Having a chance to kind of process stuff and go through things and be listened to and nudged in the right direction with stuff. And like allowing myself to, like, I've been keeping a little food diary. There's one thing I've worked out is like, I kind of go poo like maybe 8, 9, 10 times a day.
Fucking hell, I'm surprised you haven't got arse problems like this.
Yeah, no, I'm doing all right in the arse department. I do wonder whether I need to have like the power of Christ compel me or whatever it is from The Exorcist, like what's going on. But my therapist was saying that I'm on the go all the time and my brain is constantly on the go. So there's every reason that my bowels will be on the go as well. Yeah. And my whole system is constantly working through all the time. And that's kind of a big part of it.
It might. So that sounds like it's probably stress.
Yeah. Yeah, stress related,
constantly stressed,
chemicals, and in a constant state of fight or flight, which we've identified before in the past.
So it's like a purge.
Yeah. And also, I remember learning about anaerobic respiration in school, where athletes take a big deep breath in and they just don't breathe anymore when they're running. And it's all your like body kicks into fight or flight. Oh, and really? I've lived like that for my whole life. Like to the point that I'm not breathing now. And like sometimes when I'm watching TV, Kate will nudge me and go on, like you're not breathing, like breathe. And since doing the Wim Hof stuff, it's kind of reminded me of the meditation that I used to use. And when I do take a full deep breath in, it's almost like when you have a glass of water and you haven't had one for a while. You know, you have that moment of thinking, fucking hell, why don't I drink this all the time? This is bollocks. I don't need to drink anything else. Like I had that with air. And I get it quite a lot now. I do it now. Yeah, it just feels amazing. And I think like I'm not using like 90% of my lungs all the time. And that's like a big deal, a really big deal. I think that might be why I've got dark circles around my eyes. It's to do with circulation. My blood's...
Your brother's got dark circles around his eyes.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, my dad did. Well. Yeah, my dad did that.
So that's kind of... Like mine, I've always had big fucking bags, and I've inherited that.
Yeah, I think I
probably
not
have just to a degree. Me hammering it.
I'm super tired though.
So the other thing I wanted to say was that, like, because you weren't feeling so good today, was that, like, you'd think that, I'm having therapy, I'm going to start. Why don't I feel good?
No.
And like the truth is that don't be put off by that because you don't. Always. Sometimes you feel fucking loads worse because you're like, oh shit, like it feels like a massive burden, or it feels like you start to realise why you feel that way, and that can make you feel bad as well.
Yeah, I think like it feels like so much stuff is coming to the surface. Like I think you said it's like reliving the emotions kind of thing. Like the body's playing out a lot of those feelings and emotions. So I'm cool with it all. But yeah, these last few days I've been really, really down. But there's been so much going on, like with work and stuff like that, that I think it's quite natural that I should kind of feel that way.
I find doing this gives me ups and downs because
Definitely.
we had that amazing period, and now we've kind of it's dipped down a bit. And I was saying it's stupid because we've still had good things happen.
Yeah.
But I feel like you kind of run on that adrenaline for a while,
totally.
sometimes weeks, and that you are gonna dip.
Yeah.
And like, and it's almost like just recognising, like, yes, of course you're gonna dip.
Yeah, it's accepting it.
It doesn't mean you're going backwards, like mentally. You're just having a dip.
Yeah.
It's weird. It is weird because like my friend Mark at work's constantly going, "Are you all right?" Like, yeah, no, I am all right.
Yeah.
But I'm just fucked, man.
Yeah.
It's just emotional roller coaster at the moment.
Like we said on ETM, like accepting the light and the dark, like the balance is a big part of it. And just being like, oh yeah, like I am a bit wonky today. Like, it's all right.
Yeah, it's funny. Like today, I was having like really intense conversations. My friend Mark was saying that he was talking about one of his friends and how his mate used to be really like quite horrible to girls, but he kind of recognised that he probably wasn't feeling very mentally well, and I was like, I used to do that.
Really?
And it was almost like it was kind of like I was angry because I didn't feel good enough that girls would like me. And I was saying, like, I never really had girlfriends. Like, I had one girlfriend when I was 17, and I didn't have another girlfriend or anything really, not like one night stands or anything until I was about like 21, maybe a bit older. So when everyone else was fucking going and fucking around, like I didn't do any of that.
No.
And that was because I thought, like internally, and I didn't even realise it, but I thought I wasn't good enough. And I always kind of told myself I was looking for these ideas of love, which I was.
Yeah.
But in that conversation, I was like, oh shit, I used to do that. And it made me feel like shit for a few hours until I kind of distracted myself with this John Ronson thing. But yeah, so I realised that I was basically pushing, being horrible to girls, and like my friends used to describe me as a really bitter cunt, but I wasn't. I was just ill, and I've always been ill. So I used to be really horrible to push people away because I didn't feel good enough to have them, and I used to do it particularly with girls because I was frightened, and I was like, and then it just made me feel really sad. Because I just thought, I just lost so much of my life to this.
Yeah.
Like, just so much of my life to this fucking illness that it's tainted everything. And it's like, all those years when people are having fun and enjoying being young, like, I really didn't.
Wow.
I didn't enjoy any of it. Like, I hated it. And then I was thinking about, like even relationships with friends, and like the kind of realisation now that because I was ill, I was vulnerable, so I feel like often I was quite bullied, not overtly, but like I was bullied and like I was kind of taken advantage of because I was ill, and I used to have this completely separate life that when I went home, so like, I'd go out to the pub, get drunk, go home, and then have another evening at home because I had to have another separate life.
Wow.
And it was really, really weird. And I was having all these realisations about like the way I used to be. And now I kind of know why I used to be like that, but I'd never really thought about it. And then you realise that absolutely everything in your life is so much of it is because I was ill. And I never really realised I was ill. And it just made me feel really sad It's like fucking bollocks.
Would you like? I know this sounds like a silly question in the context, but would you change it?
Yeah, I totally changed it. I would much rather have been happy and loose and easy and not like desperately trying to get drunk to make it better.
Mm.
Like I think about like times when like I went to Spain one year with some of my friends, and it's so many people go to Spain
Mm-hmm.
and they fuck loads of women and they have a brilliant time. And then I went to Spain with my friends and I did enjoy it, but uh, like I was still just pouring drink down myself, just to anaesthetise myself to my thoughts, and I was still scared of girls, and you know, like, and I just couldn't deal with it.
Mm.
I just couldn't be like a normal person. I've never been able to, like, I feel like I can a bit now,
Mm.
but I could never just be like a normal person. And that kind of realization really kind of hit me hard today. But then I had this, then then my wife texts me, like we quite often just text each other going, "Oh, I still love you," you know,
Mm.
that kind of thing. And I was like, ah, but I did get someone, you know,
Yeah.
like I didn't end up on my own.
No.
And like my mate Mark was talking about his friend, and his friend is like, you know, he's lives with his mum still, and he hasn't really moved on, and
Mm.
it's still crippling him,
Mm.
but he hasn't dealt with it. And I was like, yeah, and like that is sad that my life, and I've been like that. But you know what? I'm not now.
No, that's it. It's a
You know,
journey.
and it was like that kind of. Then it just occurred to me that no, I don't want to dwell on that. I don't want to think about that because that's really not me anymore.
Mm.
I'm not scared of everyone anymore.
Mm.
And
Yeah, there's nothing written down that says like you've got to like get a girlfriend at 12, whatever, and then do this and X amount of people, and then this has to happen in this order or that order. Like everyone's working their own shit out
it's
in
weird
different
though.
times.
It's weird though because I can remember a time like when I was before I started feeling this way, when I was really confident,
Mm.
and I, you know, when I was much younger and you were at school and it's like, oh, I've got a girlfriend, and I remember like I remember those days of
Yeah.
being confident and being self assured, and then suddenly like a wave just hit me,
Mm.
and like I wasn't ever like that again,
Yeah.
and I feel like I'm kind of more like that now,
Mm.
um, but yeah, I guess it's good that it hasn't overtaken me to the point that I haven't managed to get on with my life.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, it really made me feel sad today
Wow.
because like this fucking disease has just tainted so much of my life,
Mm.
and now I'm like I won't let it anymore. And part of that is talking like this.
Yeah.
And just telling everyone and like having no shame about it. It's
Yeah.
the difference because I feel like I was always ashamed, and that just kind of made it all worse.
It's when you get little nods from different directions from people saying, "Oh yeah, I've felt like that. Oh, yeah, I kind of hadn't thought of it that way, but yeah,
Yeah.
now I think about it, I do feel like that."
It's kind of like turning it, like all that negative shit. Now it all seems like I can actually try and make all of that pain and negativity into something good.
Mm.
So like when Morgan said like we really like made him feel better,
Mm.
and it was like, yeah. So I am actually. It feels like we are actually turning all that shit into something good.
Yeah.
And then suddenly it feels like maybe it was worth it.
Yeah.
You know, just that rare glimpse. It's like, well, maybe,
Maybe this is what it was for.
yeah. And then you think, I've got quite a few, like, you know, potentially we'll live into our 90s, and you're like, well, I could actually have a good life now.
Yeah.
You know, like, I actually could.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to all be shit. I could actually have a good life from now on.
Yeah, there'd be a journey, like it'd be the arc of the journey, won't
Yeah.
it?
So I kind of turn it around. Like that was cool today, actually. Surprisingly, in the past, those realizations probably would have put me on a real downer.
All right.
But today, like I pulled out of it really quickly.
Mm.
Like within 2 hours. That's pretty fucking unheard of.
Do you find that's happening a lot more recently? And do you think like are you still feeling the effects of not taking the hair tablet?
Yeah, I am like
Your
massively.
hair's looking really well, by the way.
Yeah, I had some more injections the other day.
Yeah, it looks
It
good.
made my head go a bit flaky, and then I dyed. And then I dyed my hair on Monday, because that's just confidence. Like if I dye it, my head goes a bit darker, and you can't see through my hair so
Yeah.
much. So that's one of the reasons why I dye my hair, not for fear of going grey, just confidence. But yeah, so I dyed it, and it had been a bit flaky after the injections, and then the dye was just burning my head.
Wow.
So I had to go and wash it off. It was £7 down the drain.
Literally.
Yeah, quite literally. Quite literally. Yeah. So it's so funny. Like I've a massive shout out to Mark who I work with, because like we quite often we go on long journeys for work, and we have really on the level conversations, and like quite often he's talking through his stuff, and because we've both had periods off of work because we've both had depression, and they've put us together for some reason, and I don't think it was through any reason them trying to be nice. I just think it was like, we'll just put them over there, put the mentals over there, and sometimes that really fucks me off. But actually, it's been quite good because like we both like recognise when we're not doing too good, and we both like almost we're like this. We have this kind of really therapeutic.
There's a lot to be said from like the long van drives and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Like when you're in bands, and like I used to have apprentices and stuff like that, and the amount of things that come out quite naturally.
Yeah.
And sometimes from people you wouldn't always expect them to, 'cause, you can't get out. You're kind of in this environment where you just got no question but to kind of talk.
Yeah.
And it is nice.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Yeah, I found it really, really useful. I really have.
Simon said it can feel like the womb driving in the car, which makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it does make sense.
It's like encapsulated, it's warm. I said like a nice new car smell.
Yeah, I think it's like you're in the world, you're out driving through the world, you can see the world because it's glass, but you're slightly separate from the world.
Yeah.
It's like being indoors and looking out the window.
Yeah.
You're safe because you're indoors, but you can see everything. And a car's like that, but more because you're actually out in the world.
Yeah, and you're literally safe, like airbags, seatbelt, and everything.
That's what I like about riding motorbike. Like when it's like the helmet goes on and then your head's closed off to everything.
Yeah,
and that's quite nice.
Yeah,
but you're even more in the world in that.
Yeah,
because you can feel it.
Yeah.
So I've always, a lot of people like riding bikes because like they feel like
it is the
one time
feeling,
where
isn't
they
it?
can
The
switch
emotion,
off,
yeah.
because you are just like, I've got to concentrate so you don't do anything else.
Yeah, I like it. I love riding bike.
Motorbike?
Yeah.
I didn't know you rode motorbikes.
Yeah. Well, I haven't got one, but I like riding them.
Did you?
Me and my brother used to have a KX80 when we were kids. It was his, but I used to ride it. Not very well. And then every time we go on holiday, any excuse to jump on a bike, I'm all over it. Still scared of like the 1 up, 2 down gearbox and that. But like, if I can get on a scooter,
get used to that.
I love it. I absolutely love it. Just the feeling of it, especially like in India and Sri Lanka and that, where you don't have to wear a hat. I know it's naughty, but it's like for a little while, it's quite nice.
Yeah, I think the first time I rode a motorbike was over the fields around here, and it didn't wear helmets, and I just kept singing, "Say hello to the night, Lost Boys."
Oh yeah,
in the shadow. And I just thought I was in Lost Boys.
Yeah,
which I guess I always wanted to be. Yeah,
it's a good feeling.
Yeah, it is a good feeling.
Dangerous though.
Very dangerous. Very dangerous. I think in America you have to wear helmets most of the time now.
Yeah, everywhere you do.
I don't think you have to in all states in America.
Oh, really?
I remember when I went to Spain, they just introduced that you had to wear a helmet. But they didn't specify where you had to wear it. So you'd see all these people going along with their helmet, their arm through the strap. So they were wearing a
Yeah,
helmet,
technically, yeah.
but they hadn't said,
Suppose
"Oh,
you
you
could
have to wear it on your head."
you can put it on your foot, couldn't you? I
Yeah,
guess.
but as long as you got it on your body,
Yeah,
like you could wear it. It's like, that's fucking stupid.
yeah.
How stupid can you get?
That's nuts.
It really is
It'd
nuts.
be easy to stick it on your head
Well,
or your helmet.
balance it on the end of your cock.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that'd be good.
Mm.
So what else you been up to? Like,
Work has been like mental, and I really want to retrain in something else, but then time runs out, and then I have to
don't
go
you get
and
anything good out of work? Like, is there no positives in it, or any bits when it makes you feel alright, or like
money,
the people you hang around with?
money, and when it's over.
Like, there's nothing else good in it.
Now it was the people, but they've all gone. They finished quicker than I did, so through no fault of my own. But yeah, it's kind of like I'm really worn down by the whole industry of it and the whole process of it all. And yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I like the technical side of it and having to work the problems out and stuff, and being able to do things, especially when people go in and go, "Oh no, that's impossible! Like no one can do it," and then I can turn up and I can do it. That makes me feel really good.
Yeah.
Because I have to. Like someone's got to do it. And
Well, that's what I mean. That's why I'm like, there's got to be bits that are alright about
yeah,
it.
there are, but then it's still kind of like I don't know. It's just it all feels like a bit of a scam, to be honest. A lot of the time, there's a lot of people making a lot of money out of the security industry,
Yeah.
and sometimes it feels like it's prying on people's insecurities. And a lot of the time, the kit is oversold, and it doesn't. It's literally like half the price that they're selling it at and stuff. Um, it always goes wrong. It's never straightforward. The person who designs it is somewhere else, and then how it actually gets installed is always completely different. I don't know. Like no work is without its problems.
It's shit though if you feel like it's kind of. I think the problem is I got like this when I worked at probation. After a while, you're like, actually, we're not doing anything.
Yeah,
You know, like people change on their own.
yeah,
You know, it's like me. I could tell someone all day, don't do that.
yeah.
It's dangerous.
Mm,
But until someone realizes it for himself, they won't stop doing that because it's dangerous.
yeah.
And it's like, and then you're like, oh fuck, I've invested a lot in this,
Mm,
and actually it's all bullshit.
yeah. It feels like at one point it was going to be this whole kind of thing, and I was going to be this certain person, and I was going to do great things.
Yeah,
And when it comes down to it, essentially, no one gives a fuck.
yeah. I think all works like that though.
Yeah, yeah, it is. What frustrates me is that I know that I can do this, and like with that laptop, I can do great things.
Yeah, you can.
And I know there's people out there, like music wise, I like all music. I can find good in all music, but there's music that I would rather listen to over other music. But when you produce it, you can kind of hear, you think, oh, they've used that because of that.
Yeah,
This song's been made because they want to make money out of it, obviously, because you can hear all the Beatles and the Rolling Stones in like the same chords and everything else. I do that a lot. But like when I see and hear people making the music that they're doing full time, and I think like, I can make that music. Like,
yeah.
and I'm confident I can make money out of it, but it's just having the time and doing it properly. And I suppose that's like the problem with my day work is I'm not passionate enough about it. If I was really passionate about it, I wouldn't have a problem with all of the bad things.
Yeah.
Like this, right? I'm really passionate about it. So the bad elements of it don't bother me. Like all the cameras are broke now. Like we're not videoing it.
Are we not
Like,
videoing?
no, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a clever little thing with pictures that still look great. But I don't care, like because the 90% of it is good,
Yeah.
and so it doesn't bother me. And I think if I was that passionate about the other job, then it wouldn't matter as much, you know.
But I was thinking, I've probably said it before, but you know, like, yeah, the passion is the important bit, but passion must be very hard to maintain. because I was thinking, like Dave Grohl, clearly he loves doing what he's doing. He looks like he's having the time of his life all the time. And he's really enthusiastic.
Mm.
But there's going to be days when he's like, I feel like shit. The last thing I want to do is go up on stage, play for 3 hours, and look like I give a shit.
Yeah.
And that must happen to everyone at points.
I know, that's a really good question.
But then I suppose the passion is underneath it.
Yeah.
So that means like that day is only 10%.
There must be a moment when he thinks that. I like to think, and then catches himself and think, well, at least I'm not fucking the guy who has to hold someone's bum cheeks open while they have an injection in it.
Yeah.
Or the bloke who has to like dig a hole or whatever.
It's so hard though to maintain that passion though, because you might go into a job and be really passionate about it, and then after a while, I think as standard, after a while, you'll be like, I'm not really passionate about this anymore. And then normally people will then do something different or go somewhere else.
Yeah.
And then there's a new battle to be had.
Yeah. Well, there's fresh enthusiasm, I think. I've been enthusiastic about jobs and stuff like that. I was tricked, I think. I was a recruitment consultant. And like at the time, I thought that was something that I wanted to do. And I'm lucky that when I got there, I met some amazing people. Glenn, I know, listens to this podcast. He's like one of my favourite people. And like the characters I met there made it. But like I remember sitting in the interview at the beginning and they're like, right, do you want a BMW? I was like, yeah, I wouldn't mind one. Or do you want a Lamborghini?
Or do you want a Lamborghini?
Yeah. And they're like, well, obviously a Lamborghini. And they're like, right, well, that's the difference. Like that's how you need to be thinking. And it's like, you get sort of hyped up on all the numbers and the amount of phone calls you ring in, people you call in and stuff. And I remember thinking, I've spoken to this person like 4 times this week. They don't want to fucking speak to me. I'm not going to ring them up again. And they're like, no, ring them up again. And it's kind of like, didn't really like that side of it, but I loved the banter in the office, and I liked dressing smart and being on the train and being smart and stuff. I think that's one problem I have now is some days I have to dress up and put the shirt on, tie and stuff like that. But most days I can just get away with wearing whatever. Like this week.
That's what I really like about my work, because I don't have to dress up.
Nah, it's good that you kind of got the option to, I think. But I don't know, like I think so tired. I've always been one for trying stuff and giving stuff a go. I'm always up for anything. And I got more positive than negative out of doing that, but I was definitely kind of swept away, I think, with it. And that coupled with my enthusiasm for thinking, yeah, I do want a fucking Lamborghini. Like, I can do this. Like, I will prove people wrong. I think it probably took me in that direction for a little while.
Yeah.
But then, like, that's always there and it's always going to be there. And the thing is, I use the things I learned from that job on this. Like, I can relentlessly contact people and ask them if they want to come on, and like structuring file systems on the computer and stuff like that, and confidence on the phone and stuff. There's loads I learned from it.
Yeah, but so then it's like, as you were saying, it all clicks into the bigger plan.
Yeah.
So even now, like, you might be fucking really hating it, but that might all click into the bigger plan.
There'll be elements of it that we kind of pick up
be like,
on.
oh, well, it was good I did that.
Yeah. My mates used to call me Forrest Gump because of all the situations that I used to end up in and stuff. And like, I do feel like that. Like, there's elements that seem mad, like, at the time. But when someone said that, it was Joe Walsh, is it, from the Eagles? Or no, was it Don Henley? One of them in the documentary said, like, at the time, it's just like a mad whirlwind of like craziness and you can't work it out, and it's bad or it's good or it's fucked up and it's all mental. When you look back, it's like a beautifully written book, and like it just makes perfect sense and flows perfectly from one bit of your life to the other.
Yeah.
And like to remember that at some stage you will look back on it and you just think, fucking hell, it's a bit nuts.
Yeah, I've started thinking more like that. Like sometimes I think, well, I don't want to go to work anymore. I just want to do like this, and drawing and that, and that's all I really want to do. And like lately, I've been desperately thinking, all right, what am I going to do? How can we like move it forward? How can we do this? And then I don't know. Today I was like, no, it's all right.
Yeah,
It's all right where it is.
yeah.
Like, actually, it's not a rush.
No, it will naturally grow. Like, look how much it's grown in.
Yeah.
I worked it out. It's like not. It's in not even 6 months.
Yeah. I was thinking earlier, I thought, we've not sat in here in the winter.
Oh yeah.
Like, we
Oh no,
started
we
in
would
here,
have done. I know my tattoos we did.
yeah. But when we first started and we did those photos
It was
outside on my
April.
scooter,
It was
it was
April.
hot and we put on those big coats and
Yeah,
it
yeah,
was too hot for us.
yeah.
And it's not really cold yet.
Nah,
So I thought, it hasn't been long at all.
nah.
And I just started putting things in a bit of perspective.
Yeah,
And stopped being so greedy about it and just thinking it's fine.
yeah,
Like I messaged Marshall Amps saying like, "Can we have a sponsor? Will you sponsor us?"
yeah.
And no, it wasn't them. It was someone else. It was a big
They
company.
did answer back though.
Yeah, they did.
Oh, I said, who was that we spoke to? Is it Clearview or something like
Yeah.
that?
So I emailed them, and then they emailed back and said, "Well, we're not doing anything at the moment, but we are kind of doing stuff in that direction.
Mm.
So we'll keep your name." And I just think I got into this habit of like, oh, right, I emailed BBC. Oh shit! Look, that's happened.
Yeah,
And I've just got to go. No. Things
Yeah.
happen as they need to happen.
yeah, yeah. And the thing is, that's still a seed that you've planted.
Yeah.
It may well come up trumps. But I've noticed, like, I get a little lull in the week of thinking, oh, like, yeah, this is doing good, that's doing good, but like nothing's happened. But then I think, I don't know, we did a live show last Saturday.
Yeah.
Like in a couple of weeks, we're going to film that thing up in London one
Yeah.
Saturday. We've got like,
Yeah, that's the 12th. It's not long at all.
no, it's next week, isn't it? A week after.
I was thinking we might be able to meet up with Audio UK
I'd love that.
because he was saying like, can we meet up? Like,
I'd love that.
Both of us.
Yeah.
So I will suggest that once we know the time.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's a really good idea. Quick coffee. And I was thinking as well, we should do some YouTube videos with their headphones, because like unboxing videos get loads of views, especially like if you tag it like headphones and stuff like that. So maybe we can do that anytime, can't we?
But
I think I've got mine with me.
Just kind of like getting back was that things just happen. The world happens and it just rolls along. And sometimes you might be having a really shit time now, but that don't mean it's always shit. But I do think what I've learned from doing this is that, I need to kind of relax a bit and not think, right, I need to be doing what's next, because I have been like that.
Yeah.
And I need to kind of let things happen as they happen. But if we had just let things happen as they happen, then nothing would have happened.
No.
Like if you don't try, and that's been going through my head, is that you've got to try, otherwise nothing happens. You've got to put it out there, otherwise you get nothing back. But I've got to relax on it a bit and just, put a little out there.
It's balance, I think.
Yeah.
I like all the hustle and like seeing all the emails coming back and stuff. And I'm looking forward to like I keep saying, like having a little office where we're just sat over each other every day. And when you go, I can help, Brad, I've just had an idea. Let's go and do this. All right, fuck it, let's go.
Wouldn't it? I'd love that.
I feel like it's possible.
I could just sit there drawing and selling art at the same time as doing it.
Yeah.
Doubling the money.
Yeah, I'll sit and make music and stuff.
Yeah.
I love it.
It'd be so cool.
Yeah.
But then I just think there's no reason why that wouldn't happen.
No.
And but things will happen as they happen.
Yeah.
And maybe, as long as you're making an effort, then you're all right. And I think if you think about things in those terms, then you can kind of let work just breeze over you a bit.
Yeah. I think it's been harder too because it's been so all encapsulating. And then obviously with like the kids being quite full on and that as well, it just feels like everything is full on kind of thing. But yeah, I know it's a phase. Sorry, mate, I can't stop yawning. I'm so tired. I got up at like 3 this morning.
Well, should we call it a day? Because we've only got 10 minutes left. Let's call it a day because you're tired and we just had a really full on one. I'm quite happy to. We'll have an early one today.
Call it an early night.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
All right then.
Oh, yeah. Can you believe it? I'm a big believer in you don't force it, and I don't want to sit here just talking for the sake of it.
No.
Like, there's no point. I mean, yeah, we want to kind of get one out a week, but we've got some in the bank. Let's call it a day.
All right then, mate.
Thank you all for listening.
Thank you.
Thank you. If it
Much
wasn't
love.
for you guys listening, like, there'd be no fucking point. So
No.
we've got lots of good guests coming up. No celebrities, I'm afraid.
Oh, there
But
will
this
be.
isn't about celebrities.
No,
This
there
is
will
about people's stories. So, yeah, thank you all. Take care of yourselves.
And each other.
We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.